How to use prayer to change your circumstances. Prayer is one of the most powerful tools given to us by God. It is not just a routine, not just words we say when we need something. It is a direct connection to the Creator of the universe. Yet, many people struggle with prayer. They wonder if God is listening, if their prayers make a difference, and if anything will actually change when they pray. If you have ever felt like your prayers are going unanswered, like you are speaking into the air with no response, or like your situation remains the same despite your prayers, you are not alone. The truth is, prayer has the power to change everything, but only if you learn how to use it effectively. Prayer is not just about asking, it is about aligning. It is about bringing your heart, your mind, and your spirit into alignment with God's will so that His power can flow through your life. 1. Understanding the true power of prayer. Many people approach prayer as if it is simply a request list, a way to tell God what they need and hope that He answers. But prayer is much deeper than that. It is a spiritual weapon, a conversation, and a way to release God's power into your situation. Think about the last time you truly prayed, not just a quick request, but a deep, heartfelt prayer where you poured out everything to God. In that moment, did you feel a shift? Did you sense peace, even if the situation did not immediately change? That is the power of prayer. It does not always change things immediately, but it always changes something, either in your situation or inside of you. When you pray, you are not just speaking words. You are stepping into God's authority. You are declaring truth over your life, releasing burdens, and inviting divine intervention. The reason many people feel like prayer is not working is because they are praying from a place of doubt instead of faith. If you pray while secretly believing that nothing will happen, then your words are empty. But when you pray with faith, believing that God hears you and is moving on your behalf, things begin to shift. If you are ready to step into the full power of prayer, you need to shift your mindset. Stop seeing prayer as a last resort and start seeing it as your first weapon. Stop praying as if you are unsure and start praying boldly and with authority. Stop focusing on what you lack and start declaring God's promises over your life. If you believe that prayer has the power to change everything, comment below. I will pray with faith and boldness. Let this be your declaration of faith today. 2. Aligning your prayers with God's will. One of the biggest mistakes people make in prayer is praying for their own desires without considering God's will. They ask for things that may not be aligned with what God wants to do in their lives, and then they become frustrated when their prayers are not answered. But the key to powerful prayer is learning how to pray in alignment with God's will. If you want to see real change in your life through prayer, ask yourself, am I praying for what I want or for what God wants? Am I seeking my own plans, or am I asking God to guide me to His plan? Am I praying with a heart that is surrendered to God's timing and purpose? When your prayers are aligned with God's will, doors will open, breakthroughs will come, and transformation will take place. The best way to align your prayers with God's will is to pray using His Word. Instead of just asking for things randomly, start speaking God's promises over your life. Instead of saying, God, please give me peace, say, God, you promise to give peace that surpasses all understanding. I receive your peace now. Instead of saying, God, fix my situation, say, God, I trust your plan. Lead me and give me wisdom as I walk through this season. Instead of saying, God, please help me with my finances, say, God, you are my provider. I trust that you will supply all my needs. When you pray in alignment with God's promises, your prayers become powerful declarations of faith. If you want to start praying with boldness and alignment, comment below. I will pray according to God's will. 3. Praying with persistence and consistency. Many people give up on prayer too soon. They pray for something once or twice, and when they do not see immediate results, they stop. But powerful prayer requires persistence and consistency. Think about the things in life that require effort: building a strong body, developing a skill, growing in wisdom. None of these happen overnight. They require daily commitment and persistence. Prayer works the same way. It is not just about a one-time request, but about daily conversation with God. It is about building a relationship, deepening your faith, and continually seeking His presence. If you have been praying for something and have not yet seen the answer, do not give up. Your prayers are not unheard. They are being stored, and at the right moment, God will release his answer. Persistent prayer is not about convincing God, it is about strengthening your faith. Every time you pray, you are showing that you trust him enough to keep seeking him. If you are committed to praying persistently and consistently, comment below, "I will not stop praying until I see my breakthrough." 4. Taking action alongside your prayers. Prayer is powerful, but prayer without action is incomplete. Many people pray and then sit back and do nothing, expecting God to do everything for them. But faith requires both prayer and action. If you are praying for a job, start applying. If you are praying for healing, take care of your body. If you are praying for financial breakthrough, be wise with your spending. If you are praying for a restored relationship, take steps toward reconciliation. God does miracles, but he also expects you to take action in faith. Prayer is not just about asking God to move. It is about partnering with him to walk in faith. If you want to see change, pray and take steps of faith. If you are praying for something, ask yourself, what action can I take today to walk in faith? If you are believing for a breakthrough, ask yourself, how can I prepare my heart and life for what I am asking God to do? If you are trusting God for a miracle, ask yourself, what steps can I take to position myself for God's answer? Prayer changes everything, but it is most powerful when combined with faith-filled action. If you are ready to not just pray but also act in faith, comment below, "I will pray and take action in faith." What you need to do next. Now that you know how to use prayer effectively, it is time to make it part of your daily life. Comment below and declare your commitment to prayer. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another message of encouragement. Share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that prayer has the power to change everything. Prayer is your direct connection to God. Use it, trust it, and watch how he moves in your life. Building a life of prayer. How to make prayer a daily habit. Prayer is not just something we do when we need something from God. It is meant to be a lifestyle, a daily practice that strengthens our faith, renews our minds, and keeps us connected to God. Yet for many people, prayer is inconsistent. They pray when they remember, when they feel desperate, or when life is falling apart, but they struggle to make prayer a regular part of their lives. If you want to see real change in your circumstances, you must learn how to build a life of prayer. Prayer should not be a reaction to problems. It should be a daily foundation that prepares you for whatever comes. The most powerful believers are not the ones who pray only when things go wrong, but the ones who pray every single day, no matter what. 1. The power of praying every day. Imagine if you only ate food once a week. Your body would be weak, tired, and unable to function properly. In the same way, when you only pray occasionally, your spiritual life suffers. Prayer is spiritual nourishment. It strengthens you, gives you wisdom, and helps you hear God's direction for your life. People who pray daily experience a level of peace and confidence that others do not. They are not easily shaken by life's challenges because they have built their lives on consistent communication with God. When you pray every day, you begin to feel more connected to God, recognize his presence in your life more clearly, receive wisdom and guidance for your decisions, strengthen your faith even when life is difficult, walk in greater confidence, knowing that God is leading you. Prayer is not just about asking for things. It is about building a relationship with God. If you want to see more of his presence in your life, then daily prayer must become a priority. If you are committed to making prayer a daily habit, comment below, "I will pray every day." Let this be your first step toward consistency in prayer. 2. How to create a consistent prayer routine. Many people struggle with prayer because they do not have a plan. They wait until they feel like praying, but the truth is, if you do not schedule time for prayer, it often gets pushed aside. The key to a strong prayer life is to build it into your daily routine. Here are a few practical ways to do this. Set a specific prayer time. Choose a time each day to pray. Whether it is in the morning, during your lunch break, or before bed, make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Create a prayer list. Write down the things you are praying for so that you can stay focused and see how God answers over time. Pray before making decisions. Before you respond to a situation, make a choice, or start your work, take a moment to pray for wisdom. Use reminders. Set an alarm on your phone, or place a note somewhere visible to remind yourself to pray throughout the day. Pray while doing daily activities. You do not have to be in a quiet room with your eyes closed to pray. You can pray while driving, cooking, or even exercising. When you make prayer a daily habit, it becomes as natural as breathing. It is no longer something you have to do. It is something you want to do because it strengthens you every day. If you are ready to build a consistent prayer life, comment below, "Prayer will be my daily habit." 3. Removing the barriers that keep you from praying. Many people want to pray more, but struggle with distractions, doubt, or feeling like they do not know how to pray. If you have ever felt this way, you are not alone. But the good news is, these barriers can be overcome. Here are some of the most common obstacles to prayer and how to break through them. Distractions. If you find yourself easily distracted during prayer, try praying in a quiet place, turning off your phone, or writing down your prayers to stay focused. Doubt. If you struggle to believe that God hears you, remind yourself of how He has answered prayers in the past. Keep a journal of answered prayers to build your faith. Not knowing what to say. Prayer does not have to be complicated. Just speak to God as you would a close friend. He wants to hear from you, no matter how simple your words may be. Busyness. If your schedule is too full, consider what things can be adjusted so that prayer is a priority. Even a few minutes of focused prayer can make a difference in your day. Prayer is not about perfection. It is about connection. The more you pray, the easier it becomes, and the more you will see God moving in your life. If you refuse to let distractions or doubt stop you from praying, comment below, "Nothing will stop me from praying." 4. Using prayer to strengthen your faith and change your life. Once prayer becomes a regular part of your life, you will start to experience real transformation. Situations that once caused anxiety will no longer shake you. Problems that once seemed impossible will not intimidate you. Prayer will become your source of strength, peace, and wisdom. Here are some of the incredible things that happen when prayer is a daily habit. You develop unshakable faith. When you pray daily, your trust in God grows and your fears decrease. You begin to hear God's voice more clearly. Regular prayer opens your heart to God's guidance, helping you make wiser decisions. You receive supernatural peace. Even in stressful situations, prayer brings a level of peace that cannot be explained. You see breakthroughs in areas of struggle. Prayer aligns you with God's will, leading to breakthroughs that would not have happened otherwise. You become a spiritual leader to others. A strong prayer life not only impacts you, but also encourages those around you. Imagine what your life would look like if prayer was your first response instead of your last resort. Imagine how different your days would be if you started each morning in prayer, seeking God's wisdom before anything else. If you want to see real transformation through prayer, comment below, "Prayer will change my life." What you need to do next. Prayer has the power to change everything, but only if you commit to making it a priority. Here is how you can take action right now. Comment below and declare that you will build a life of prayer. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another message of encouragement. Share this video with someone who needs to strengthen their prayer life. Prayer is not just something you do. It is the key to a life filled with God's presence, guidance, and power. Make the decision today to pray daily, pray with faith, and watch as God moves in ways you never imagined. Breakthrough prayer. How to pray for miracles and see results. Many people pray, but not everyone sees breakthroughs. They wonder why their prayers seem unanswered, why nothing changes, and why God feels distant. But the truth is, prayer is not just about speaking words. It is about activating faith, aligning with God's will, and standing in persistent belief until the breakthrough comes. If you are ready to see real results in your prayer life, you must learn how to pray for miracles with faith and expectation. 1. Understanding how breakthroughs happen in prayer. Prayer is not just about asking, it is about positioning yourself for the breakthrough. Many people pray once or twice and expect instant results, but prayer is often a process. A breakthrough happens when you align your prayers with God's timing. You pray with bold faith instead of doubt. You remove obstacles that block God's power from working in your life. You persist in prayer until you see results. If you have been praying for something and have not yet seen it happen, that does not mean the answer is no. It might mean that the answer is on the way. Sometimes, before a breakthrough happens externally, it first needs to happen internally. God might be working on your heart, your faith, and your spiritual maturity before He releases the answer. If you are ready to step into breakthrough prayer, comment below, "I am ready for my breakthrough." 2. Removing barriers that block your prayers. One of the biggest reasons people do not see results in prayer is because there are barriers blocking their breakthrough. Here are a few things that can hinder your prayers. Doubt and unbelief. If you are praying but do not truly believe God will answer, your prayers lack power. Unforgiveness. Holding on to bitterness can block the flow of God's blessings in your life. Disobedience. If you are knowingly living outside of God's will, it can interfere with your prayers. Fear instead of faith. Fear weakens your ability to trust that God is in control. If you want to see miracles happen, you must remove anything that is standing in the way. Ask yourself, am I praying with full belief that God will answer? Is there any unforgiveness in my heart that I need to release? Am I walking in obedience to what God has already asked me to do? Am I praying from a place of fear or a place of faith? Once these barriers are removed, prayer becomes powerful and unstoppable. If you are committed to praying with an open heart, free of barriers, comment below, "Nothing will block my breakthrough." 3. The power of speaking life over your situation. Many people pray, but then they contradict their prayers with their words. They ask God for healing, but then say, "I don't think I'll ever get better." They ask for provision, but then say, "I'll always be struggling." If you want to see a breakthrough, your words must align with your prayers. You cannot pray for a miracle and then speak defeat over your situation. Every word you speak has power. Your words can either bring life or destruction, increase faith or fear, strengthen hope or doubt. Instead of saying, "I don't know if God will come through," say, "God is already working on my behalf." Nothing ever changes. Say, "Breakthrough is on the way." I feel like giving up. Say, "I will persist until I see the answer." Your words must match your prayers if you want to see results. If you are ready to declare life, faith, and victory over your situation, comment below. I will speak life over my breakthrough. 4. How to stand in faith until the answer comes. Many breakthroughs do not happen immediately, but that does not mean God is not working. The enemy wants to convince you to give up right before your prayer is answered. Here's how to keep standing in faith until you see the miracle happen. Keep praying, even when nothing seems to change. Breakthrough often happens in the spirit before you see it in the physical. Stay in expectation. Live each day as if the answer is coming, because it is. Surround yourself with faith-filled people. Do not listen to voices that plant doubt. Stay around people who encourage you. Worship while you wait. Praising God in advance for what He is about to do activates faith. Declare God's promises daily. Speak His word over your situation until it comes to pass. The waiting season is often the hardest part, but it is where your faith is built, your patience is tested, and your spiritual strength is developed. If you refuse to give up, comment below, "I will not stop believing." 5. What you need to do next. If you are serious about seeing breakthroughs in your life, take these action steps. Commit to persistent prayer. Do not stop just because you do not see results immediately. Declare your faith today. Comment below, "My breakthrough is coming." Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another message of encouragement. Share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that their prayers have power. Your breakthrough is on the way. Keep praying, keep believing, and watch as God moves in your life in ways you never imagined. P.S. Do not give up. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. If you have come this far, that means you are serious about seeing real change in your prayer life. You are not just someone who prays occasionally. You are someone who wants to activate the full power of prayer to transform your circumstances, strengthen your faith, and walk in alignment with God's will. But here's the reality. There will be moments when doubt creeps in. There will be days when you feel like your prayers are hitting a wall. You might even go through seasons where you are tempted to stop praying altogether. Do not let that happen. Do not let frustration steal your faith. Right now, I want you to hear this. Your breakthrough is coming. Every powerful prayer warrior you know has faced moments where they wondered, is this even working? But the difference between those who see breakthroughs and those who do not is persistence. When you feel like giving up, that is when you must push forward even harder. 1. The enemy wants you to stop praying. The greatest attack against your faith is designed to make you stop praying. Why? Because the enemy knows that the moment you stop praying, you stop believing. And the moment you stop believing, you stop expecting. If you stop expecting, you stop preparing. If you stop preparing, you stop growing. If you stop growing, you stop walking in faith. The enemy does not fear believers who pray occasionally. He fears those who pray relentlessly. If you stop praying, you allow fear, doubt, and negativity to take over your mind. That is exactly what the enemy wants. But you have the power to fight back by choosing to pray even when you do not feel like it. If you refuse to let the enemy stop your prayers, comment below. I will keep praying no matter what. 2. Why your prayers are more powerful than you realize. Every time you pray, something is happening in the spiritual realm. Just because you do not see immediate results does not mean your prayer was ignored. Some breakthroughs take time. Some prayers require spiritual warfare before the answer is revealed. Some miracles need your faith to grow before they are released. Think about the biggest blessings in your life. Did they happen overnight, or did they come after a season of growth, preparation, and trusting in God's timing? Your prayers are setting things in motion. Even when you do not see movement, God is working behind the scenes. If you believe your prayers are making a difference, comment below. My prayers are powerful. 3. How to keep your faith strong while waiting for an answer. The waiting period can be the hardest part of prayer. You know God heard you. You know He is working, but nothing seems to be changing. So what should you do while waiting for your breakthrough? Keep declaring God's promises. Do not let doubt creep in. Speak faith every day. Surround yourself with faith-filled people. Stay connected to those who encourage you. Fast and pray. If you need clarity, fasting is a powerful way to align yourself with God's will. Keep a prayer journal. Write down what you are praying for so you can see how God answers over time. Worship while you wait. Praise is a weapon. Use it to keep your heart focused on God, not on the delay. The enemy wants you to think that waiting means nothing is happening. But in reality, the waiting period is where God is strengthening your faith, refining your heart, and preparing you for what is coming. If you are committed to trusting God while you wait, comment below. I will wait with faith. 4. Do not miss your breakthrough. Stay in position. One of the most dangerous things you can do is give up too soon. Many people quit right before the breakthrough comes. They stop praying, stop believing, and walk away when they were only days, weeks, or months away from seeing the answer. If you could see how close you were to your miracle, you would never consider giving up. Imagine if someone told you, your breakthrough is coming next month. Would you keep praying with passion? Would you remain expectant? Would you stay focused? The truth is, your breakthrough could be coming sooner than you think, but you must stay in position. Do not walk away from your answer before it arrives. If you are determined to keep praying until you see results, comment below. I will not miss my breakthrough. 5. What you need to do next. If this message has strengthened your faith, take action right now. Comment below. Declare your faith and commitment to prayer. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another message of encouragement. Share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that their prayers have power. You are on the edge of something big. Your prayers are unlocking doors, shifting circumstances, and preparing the way for your breakthrough. Keep praying, keep believing. Your answer is on the way.